Just
Anthony.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the Iron Sentinels podcast. Joining me today is Timothy, Ninjas with Candy, our CSGO G1 captain, and his assistant captain, Nate Wally. And finally, Jared from the Iron Legion community. Everybody say hi.
hello.
Hey.
So, to start us off, we're going to have Timothy bring us the first article of the podcast. Go, Tim.
Okay, so Russian man wants to sue Bethesda over Fallout 4 addiction. The guy has claimed that Fallout 4 had lost him his job, his health, and his marriage. He's suing Bethesda for $7,000 because apparently he was not warned he would become so addictive.
Well,
This just makes me laugh, honestly. This story is just funny.
there's a point where you need to take self-responsibility for your life, and this guy just skipped that phase and went straight to, I'm going to take other people's money.
I mean, I'm going to jump in here with something a little controversial. I'm not really a fan of Fallout. Honestly, I don't get what his addiction is. I played the game for a good amount of time. It's all right, but let's be honest, it's kind of lazy of a game.
I mean,
I don't really like Bethesda anymore, and so I need them to step it up. I'm done with them.
I'm pretty addicted to Fallout. Like, I got 90 hours in the game. I've been playing it a lot, but you can't just sue somebody because you're addicted to a game. That's not the game developer's fault. That's yours. If it gets to the point where you're playing games so much where it costs you your health, job, and marriage, I don't think you should be playing games anymore.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Regardless
yes.
of what it is.
He should probably get his thing sorted out.
I think there's therapists that can help you with that kind of situation.
The surprising thing too is this dude's from Russia. Like, why Russia? Like, do they just have a big gaming thing over there?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's all they have time for. I don't know what they do over there.
I think the question is Suka Bliet.
Oh, apparently he went on a 3-week gaming marathon where he neglected his job, ignored his friends and family, and failing to eat or sleep.
I mean, I guess Bethesda
Holy
should take this as a massive compliment to their
This guy
game
should
design.
be dead. I don't want if he just sat there and played a game for 3 weeks, this guy should be dead.
I mean,
So I think Nate made a good point back there. I mean, is there a world where we could have like gaming therapists, like therapists who's specialized in helping people with gaming addictions?
It's not even just gaming. It's just addictions. Like, people have
But
addictive
Wouldn't that
personalities
be
all the
so
time.
cool? Like, I'm a gaming therapist. Like,
I'm
that's
a
my
gamer.
job.
I
I help
feel like-
people with people.
I feel like the consultation group would be VGA, Video Game Anonymous.
I like
Oh my
it.
god, yeah.
We need to
VGA.
start this as a business.
Yeah.
Boy. Forget
I
the
feel
org.
Yeah, wait a
Yeah,
minute.
forget the org. We're going straight into therapy.
We're going to video game therapy, everyone.
I
Pack
like
your
it.
bags.
I like that a
Listen,
lot.
I can teach a class in college, alright, just for the specifics of video game therapy.
I think we can. I mean, honestly, combined our experience, I think we can do it.
My 2.5 minutes of research will be more than enough to inform people about gaming addictions.
you know, I'm surprised there wasn't a story like this for Witcher, because I feel like that game had a lot more content than Fallout 4 did. Like, I'm surprised a Witcher story like this didn't come up.
I've played like 3 hours of Fallout 3, and that's about it. Like, I respect Fallout.
I like
games,
Fallout
but
4, but 3 weeks straight of game. Oh, no.
What did you
Like,
even
that's
do in
too
those
much.
3 weeks?
like
A game
no,
only has so much to do. Honestly.
It's a long time.
Yeah, that's a lot of game hours.
That's insane.
Like,
I don't understand.
I feel like he's just BSing this whole story so he can get money from Bethesda. Because I feel like he should be dead if he just sat there and played a game for 3 weeks. Like,
I don't think he's gonna get any money.
I
Oh, I
don't.
doubt
it.
First,
I don't think
first of all,
Bethesda-
he's outside of the country.
Well,
Very true.
So I mean, again,
where's Bethesda home? Where are their
Bethesda,
HQ at?
Maryland.
Oh wow,
Oh, that was. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
they have a city named after them. Damn, that's
Well,
impressive.
The game company is named after the city.
Oh,
yeah, I
wow.
think,
I
I
mean, it
think
would've
he
been
got that
cooler.
turned around. I mean, yeah, it
well,
would be cool.
Well, now it's more like the city's named after the game company after it's
Can-
taken off.
Can we have a specific part of California called Blizzard?
I feel like it is.
No,
I probably, I don't know. I don't think Blizzard's even located in California. It's just everything is. Like every big place is in Los Angeles or something.
I agree.
Okay, so let's move on to Kojima. Kojima Production opens its doors. So, I'd say background story on this is Konami, kind of where this whole Kojima Productions thing started is the last Metal Gear Solid that came out was Kojima's last game with Konami. They barred him from coming to his own video game awards to accept his own award for the game that he made.
That's some bullshit right there.
That's pretty low.
Yeah, they barred him from doing that. And shortly after that happened, Sony and Kojima Productions announced a partnership. They're going to have from what I understand, they're having a short platform exclusive game. Like it's going to be coming to PC and PS4. They haven't elaborated on whether it will be on PC or yet, though. They said, and I quote, the first software title created by the newly formed Kojima Productions will be a console exclusive to PS4, but it could mean it could come to PC at some point. So,
Like all I got from this entire story, and I've seen this before, is that Konami are dickheads, and they probably are like dropped one of the best game designers in the world just because they're dickheads.
He's been with Konami for a long time. Like he started in I think like 86 or something. Like he's been making these games for a very long time. Like he's been working on them since PS1.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Is
Like-
without him, Konami's gone to crap because everything good that's come out of Konami has went through his hands first.
Yeah, like the dude is a legend. Like he's made so many top tier games that people have loved. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 5. I mean, that was a really great success. So many people love that game, but it still is pretty cool of Sony to get on that though. They're pretty smart.
Well, I mean, it's a strategic move. Sony's going to benefit from it immensely.
yeah,
Throwing around all that PS4 money to buy something like this, get that partnership.
like with so
I would
many
do it.
people, like after the response they had for Metal Gear Solid 5, I'm not really that surprised that Sony jumped on it. Like
Yeah, it's free PR.
They had a video too. They had Andrew House and Kojima like on screen, and Andrew House was talking in Japanese and stuff, and they were talking about the stuff that's going to be coming.
So,
That's genius.
It's really interesting. It's a bold move. Like Sony this time, they seem to be going for more third-party stuff than they were before. Because Sony's been known for a lot of their first-party stuff. It's really been Xbox that has been third-party.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Xbox games in general weren't made by like owned companies by Xbox. They would just hire them to make this game and then they'd make it. But Sony, I mean, most of their games are made by studios that they like actually own.
Right. Yep.
So-
But then,
Does that mean
Like
Silent
Naughty Dog,
Hill
Gorilla.
is gonna come out?
That really depends, like, on who has the rights for Silent Hill. It could be Konami has the video game rights for it. I'm not sure about that. But Kojima did say that his next game is going to be a new project. He said it was going to be a new project. He never said it was going to be anything previously.
So I
it
guess
could
yeah,
be
I
Silent-
think that
unseen.
game's dead.
Silent Hill
Dead,
is
man.
dead. That's what I've
It's
come
dead.
to the conclusion to.
Yeah, because
It's gone.
he's very specific, saying it was a new project.
That sucks, dude. Silent Hill is
But now,
phenomenal.
well, now we got to discuss. I want to know what everybody, let's go around. What do you think the new project from Kojima is going to be? Tim, what do you got?
I think it really depends. Like he's done a lot of different things. Like he's done Metal Gear Solid, and he started working on Silent Hill. I think something in the horror genre can it can't be Silent Hill. Obviously, it's gonna be a new project, but it could be something in horror in general.
Okay,
It's a
all right.
possibility.
Nate, what do you got? What do you think?
I think it'll be something brain teasing, something that's just gonna destroy you mentally. I think this,
Like a real
the-
thinker.
yeah, like I think the story is gonna be phenomenal in it, and it's gonna have challenging puzzles in it because he's pretty good at making that stuff come to life in his games.
Yeah, I agree.
What about you, Jared? What do you think?
Well, all right. First of all, I haven't really followed Kojima. I just know, or Konami. I just know if I'm a little bit from my early PS3 days, playing back Call of Duty 3. Some of you people don't even know what that is. I think, though, knowing if Silent Hill was as much of a propaganda hype, or just hype in general, as I've seen throughout the gaming community, I believe that even though it's a new project, I feel like he's going to revamp a Silent Hill with, but still keep the same basic of the game the same, but be completely and like same like storyline almost, I guess, but just different. Kind of how like what EA did with Star Wars Battlefront. Pretty much Battlefield 4, just with Star Wars.
So what you're saying is it's going to be a different name, but it's going to be the same underlying game, because that's what the From Software did. Because they weren't, when they were going to make a sequel to Demon's Souls, Sony owned the rights to the Demon's Souls name, and they had to make a brand new game with the same controls basically, but with a different name, and that's where Dark Souls came from. So you're going to say he's going to do something like Miyazaki?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling.
Yeah, yeah, he probably would. It feels like something he would do because, again, Silent Hill is really successful.
I mean, honestly, I might do it just to stick it to Konami. I just make the same version of the game you're gonna make for them, but sell a lot more money. They don't get any of it.
Yeah, change the name of it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Make it like Silent Mountain. I don't know. Same geographic family, just a different, it's not gonna get copyrighted.
Silent City.
Silent City, all that good stuff.
Could you imagine like Cry of Fear, but made by Kojima?
That game was crazy.
That game destroyed my life.
I never played it.
That game is terrifying.
I don't know. My horror game of this year though was Soma. Soma had the amazing story, and it had some of the horror elements to go with it. It's made by the people who made Amnesia.
I've never played Soma.
It was a great game.
I think horror game wise, Alien Isolation came out this year, didn't it?
Yeah, that was a great game.
That'd be my horror game.
Alien Isolation was a great game.
I think that was one of the first good Alien games in a long time. We're not going to talk about Alien Colonial Marines. We don't speak that.
Alien vs Predator was good.
Okay, yeah, that's a classic. Not much of a horror game though, but classic game.
I mean, I don't know. Going into multiplayer with like 10 other people and then getting stomped by an alien while you're a Marine is pretty terrifying.
Well, that's why you don't play as Marines. That's a terrible idea. You always play as Predator.
There's always a
We're
Marine
getting off
though who
topic.
gets stuck.
Let's go into Payday 2 microtransactions. So basically, they added an update where it added skins to the game similar to Counter-Strike. However, the difference here is that these weapon skins, they actually affect your stats in game.
So like Advanced Warfare almost.
Yes, except you're paying for them.
Oh, rip.
You're paying for them like you would a normal case in Counter-Strike.
Oh my goodness.
And the thing is that one of the things they did, they had this certain DLC that people paid I think they paid like $20 for it. And they got one of the first cases that released with it. And they hyped this thing up and people were getting literally the lowest tier skins that you could get and they waited months for it.
Terrible.
So the thing is whenever this kind of stuff happens, people look previously to see if the developers said anything as far as microtransactions are concerned. And they have one of the main developers quoted saying that they will never add microtransactions to Payday 2. And that is when the community had a fucking shitstorm. The Steam moderators for the forums went on strike. People with 1,600 hours in the game gave it a negative review and deleted it from their library. I mean, people railed on this game. They railed on this developer like crazy.
I mean, they should. They
Tell them
deserve
to not
it.
play CSGO then, because pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. But what are your guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, that's what they deserve.
They saw
That's
a
low
quick way
blow.
to make a lot of money and they put it in the game. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
bet
mean,
how did
Counter
they?
Strike did the same thing, and I mean, you look at it now.
But
you
no,
have,
the thing about Counter Strike is the skins don't affect your stats. That's
Yeah,
what
that's the
the big
biggest
That is
difference
true.
is.
I think most people wouldn't have cared if they just added skins in general.
Yeah,
like,
like
that
if they
wouldn't have
added
been a big
skins, it
deal.
wouldn't have been a problem.
But they affect they affect your stats.
They make it
like-
pay to win. Is what the deal is.
Yeah,
Pretty
like,
much.
And the thing is the DLC that people paid $20 for. One of the biggest parts of it was that the fact that you get something special. It was a mystery item that they waited months for, and they finally get it, and it's one of the worst skins in the entire game. Like some people got.
I mean, that's just stupid. Why would you treat your community like that? I mean,
Well, it's like, why would you hype them up so much for something that that isn't going to be good in the first place? Like,
I
you
don't.
can't
I
just
just don't
say-
understand how they
you
thought
can't
that
tell
would work.
people they're getting this mysterious item and have them not be excited about it. Like, if you make anything mystery like that, your loyal fan base is going to be excited if it's a mystery.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I just don't think. I mean, what were they thinking? What was that office meeting like? You know, let's we're gonna add some skins. Oh yeah, I like that. That's what CS:GO does. Yeah, it makes a lot of money. Wait, but we're gonna make our skins make the players better. So the rich players, they will dominate the peasants who can't afford the skins. And then what? Everybody was just like, yeah, that sounds great. Nobody was like, wait. That's terrible. How are we supposed to balance that? I mean, what? There's just so much little thought into some of these things that developers do. It's mind blowing. They just going straight for that money, but it's not
Yeah.
working.
Like,
You're not gonna make any money like this.
the moderators of the Steam forums are actually able to have a talk. Like, they talked on chat with Amir, Almir. He's one of the guys that develops the game. He's the one quoted saying they'd never add microtransaction. And after a while talking with him, he said, quote unquote, "The past few weeks have been some of the most challenging in the history of this community. Players have been angry with us, media has written about us en masse, and our volunteer moderators went on strike. For all this distress we've caused the past few weeks, I'd just like to take some time and say that we're sorry. We've done a lot of things right in the past, but these few weeks we've screwed up."
So they get rid of them.
Duh.
Yeah,
If you
like,
have your fan base just leaving
the thing
because
is
of one
too
thing,
is that they never said that these microtransactions are going away either.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm
they-
saying. Like he says we're sorry, but they're not getting rid of them.
Yeah, they're not doing anything about it. Like,
Well, think about it. It's like, hey, we have this way to make a lot of money real quick. I wonder if we should get rid of it. Nah, we're fine. Like,
But I mean, they're not making money because nobody's doing it. Nobody
thing
wants to
is-
participate in it.
the thing is, like, when games like Payday, it's like you do this stuff and, like, there's a huge backlash. You know, EA does this every year and everybody's like, whatever, it's EA. Like bigger companies get away with garbage, but
Well, it's
when a
because
little
it's-
company does it, it's you know, it's the most evil, vile thing in the universe.
it's because it's surprising to come from Overkill. Like, Overkill is generally like, yeah, they've been milking Payday for a while, but they've never done this kind of shit before. Like, they've never been
But,
this shady.
I mean,
I
does-
don't think the skins are a problem. I think the skins giving you better stats is the problem.
But do big companies really get away with it? Because the
I don't-
EA gets nothing
true.
but constant hate from
but
everyone,
did
so
you
they're
buy
not really.
Battlefront?
Yeah, but I love Star Wars.
Exactly. They
But
still make money. Even
I don't
if
hate
they
EA.
do stupid.
I'm not
garbage.
like that. I think EA is a perfectly fine publisher. They know what they're doing. They're running a successful business.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like a big, you
And
know.
even, I think Battlefront's a bad example too, because the thing is it's appealing to the casual market, like it's been said over and over again. So if you're a hardcore player looking for a hardcore experience, you're not coming to the right place.
yeah.
what
I would agree
what
with
I'm
that.
saying
Like,
is,
it was made for a casual market. Like they said, quote unquote, the game was made so that like a kid playing with their dad could play it, or a 22-year-old sitting on their couch could play it.
That's the thing, though.
they
Like,
made
yeah,
it to
I
be
get
more
that,
casual.
but I shouldn't have to pay $180 to do that.
You don't have to buy the DLC if you don't want to. It has plenty.
Yeah.
of
But that
content.
cuts content out of the game.
I disagree.
But that's
with that
standard
a
for
lot.
all the developers.
Yeah,
That's
the thing is,
everybody.
the whole DLC argument where it cuts content out of the game. No, DLC extends the life of a game. That's what
Yeah.
it does.
No,
It
no,
extends
the thing.
life of a game. If you add all this content from the beginning, a lot of your players aren't going to be staying there for super long. Like, even games where a lot of people praise them, like The Witcher, has a lot of DLC content coming to it. and everyone.
Destiny.
Yeah, same. A lot
Listen,
of people hate
having
Destiny.
DLC come out, if you have a DLC come out like a year later, or like 6 months later, that's fine. But if you have the DLC ready and it's already finished and you don't include it with the base game, it's not DLC. It's literally content you took off the disc and put behind a pay barrier.
Not necessarily.
That-
Like, just because the game is ready doesn't mean that the DLC itself is ready. I
Day
think, like, an
one
example of
DLC
that
exists.
is a lot of the times, a lot of the day one DLC everyone talks about. If you really think of it from a developer standpoint, it's probably around a month or two, maybe even 3 months of them getting the thing shipped out, these copies made. What are they doing for those couple of months? They're not doing anything, so they're probably working on that microtransaction DLC you don't like, because they're still paying them. Like, so why don't they start working on, like, DICE has even done this before, where no, I'm not thinking DICE. I'm thinking of Call of Duty World at War, like the zombies mode. If you didn't know, World at War Zombies was added as after they finished the game and everything was done. They were bored, so they just worked on a zombies mode. They just wanted to do something for fun, and they just last minute, like before it shipped, they included it as a little Easter egg in the game, and it blew up, and everybody went after it. So, like, a lot of those DLCs that you're talking about, like, you know, it could be last minute additions that they just happen to add to the game that they're working on, because they're still paying these artists and everything for their work. They might as well make them some more money.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying when you have it finished and it's on the disc, but you put it behind a paywall, then that's kind of scumbaggy.
How do you know that? How do you know that, though?
Because you can look at the information on a disc, Tim. You can do that.
But how can you know for a fact that a game is gold, and then they started working on this DLC? How do you know for a fact that this DLC was done and they split it up from the regular game? How do you know for a fact?
Because there's information on the disc that's not being used until they release the DLC. That's exactly how.
Then, okay, name a game that has done that.
Destiny.
because-
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Destiny did take out a lot of.
I mean, Destiny, what I'm saying, like, name like 5 or 6 games, because you're acting like this is a lot of developers that do this.
I'm not saying it's a lot of developers. I say a lot of developers in general do this to every other game, I would say.
I mean, I tend to disagree. I
It's
think
scattered
DLC
among the community, is what I'm saying. It's not just one developer constantly doing this. It's
I think
every
DLC
developer scattering it
is
out.
fine, honestly. I don't have any problem with DLC. And if you
I don't
do
have a problem with DLC if it comes out 6 months later. If it's already finished, give it to
That's
us instead of making it.
though,
Hey,
because 6 months later, people aren't going to be that interactive with the game. Like, especially if it's like a single player game, and you come 6 months later with a DLC, the majority of people are not going to care.
all right, listen. The first DLC that came out for Dark Souls came 6 months after the game, and
That's Dark Souls.
it increased the amount of players that played the game.
Yeah, that's
when the
Dark
DLC came
Souls
out.
though. Dark Souls has a very dedicated player base. It's
Yeah,
different.
well, I mean, you have to be to play the game. It's
I'm just
like you
saying.
said,
like
single player.
for I think a good example here would be you think, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a single player game. Sniper Elite. I don't know. Pull a random game off the top of my head. Like, I bet you money that if you pull a DLC and you do it like 6 months later, the majority of users aren't going to care, because a lot of these other AAA titles are going to come out and they're going to spend their money on that.
That's what I'm saying. If a game can only capture your attention for a month at best, it's not a good game. It's just a game you wasted
I
time in.
disagree.
Well, I mean,
I
regardless
disagree.
of that, you know, we all have different opinions. DLC serves its purpose as a business.
I'm not
tool.
saying it doesn't have a purpose.
I know,
I'm
I
just
know.
saying
It's
I don't
it's
like
the
it.
reason why there's a lot of things we all hate of developers, but you know,
Yeah.
they're a business. They have to make money. They have to pay people.
That's
can't-
true.
They
I'm
can't
not-
just have the player base completely drop and then be like, "Well, we have to wait 6 months. We can't release it now."
I
There's
mean,
not, like, a
it is
set
what it
rule.
is. Let's
If the DLC's finished before the game comes out, that's kind of ridiculous, though.
we're going on a bit of a
Oh,
circle
okay.
here, so
Let's
let's move
go on
on
to
to
the
a
next
next
one.
article here. Tim,
GameStop is running out of lives. Those betting against GameStop may finally be vindicated as a shift to digital accelerates. The video game retailer has many investors by sustaining and reshaping itself in an era of slowing store sales. Basically, they're losing touch with the market. Sales are going down, and digital sales are going up. Like, I would say this year alone, Destiny had an amazing digital launch. Like, it set records for one of the biggest digital launches of this year. I think Battlefront may have beaten it, but I know Battlefront had really good ones too. But digital has just been the future for a long time. Like, Steam has been doing it for a long time. And now you see Sony. I mean, you can preload games on PS4 now. I mean,
I don't ever go to my GameStop. There's a GameStop by me, but I never go there.
like, what's the point? Like, you can pre-order a game in your underwear, and it could preload like a couple days before the game comes out, and you're off playing the game day one. You don't have to go anywhere. You're just
Yeah.
playing it.
Sure.
Like,
It's convenient, and sometimes it's actually cheaper because
Yeah,
you can
I
get
mean,
it on
it is
sale on
cheaper.
digital.
it is cheaper for the businesses too. That's part of the reason.
Yeah,
why
they don't
And
have to
less
buy-
and tax.
Yeah, they
No
don't have
tax.
to buy the plastic disc. They don't have to buy the casings. They can
Yeah.
just there's a game.
It's all profit.
And you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about your games ever getting scratched and never
Yeah.
being able to play them again.
Yeah, I mean
they're
digital's
always
is better.
there. They're always there for you to play. I mean, if you have, it's just digital is just where it's at.
But
I
now-
like digital.
The hybrid version of like a physical copy with the same convenience level, like GameFly.
Mhm.
I mean, that's a pretty good business model. I don't mind using GameFly because it's just as convenient as digital is because I don't have to go nowhere and the game comes to me.
Mhm.
I just think I should take time to say we're not sponsored by anybody.
We are definitely sponsored by nobody. You're right, but GameFly. I mean, I love that crap. It's cheap and it's super convenient.
Well, it's just with the way people's lives are. Like a lot of people have a busy life. They got work, they got school, and going out out of your way to go somewhere to go pick up a game honestly really is a hassle. If you can offer me a better alternative where I can download it, it's sent to me or whatever, I'm totally gonna do that. Like Fallout Pip-Boy Edition I ordered that on Best Buy, and they just shipped it to me, and I got it the day it came out. The day the game came out, I got it at like really early in the morning.
The last time I went to a GameStop was to pick up my PS4 when on its release
Like
date.
2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Like no,
I
like
mean,
GameStop has done some shady business, and if
They have.
if you hated them before, well, here's a reason to finally kill them. I guess is just download everything digitally.
They
mean-
have had shady business practices.
I mean,
Yeah,
use games. That's a shady business practice in and of itself.
yeah. I
Use
mean,
gaming is a terrible thing to support. I understand it's cheaper and that's why people do it.
when you sell used games at full price, though, that's pretty shady.
Well, that's pretty lame. But
Yeah,
when you
that's pretty like
Well,
they're
GameStop doesn't sell them
cheating.
at full price. They'll be like $5 cheaper or something.
No,
And I'm
like-
I'd rather just get the new copy if I'm buying it.
I'm gonna tell you guys a story. I can't remember the game I went to get, but I went to get the game, and it didn't have any plastic over the casing. I said, "Hey, is this used?" And they're like, "No, it's a new copy." And I opened up the disc,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I took it out of the plastic and I looked at the disc, and there wasn't a scratch on it, but there was this smudge on it, and I was just thinking, what would leave a smudge like that? And then I thought about it for a second, and I was like, these guys took a used disc and buffered it out with a refurbishing tool, put it in a case, and called it a brand new game and make you charge $10 extra to buy it.
I mean,
And I was like,
it's
what
close
the
enough.
heck?
Close enough.
It still kind of. It's like factory new, I guess, but like it's not factory new.
I
But
just think GameStop is becoming
Minimal wear.
irrelevant. Like
yeah,
with Amazon having same day delivery.
yeah, that's
for
true.
one.
Amazon
That's
is crazy.
Like same day delivery for some items.
You can get a
not all of them.
drone to fly into your house
Like,
and your
Besides
PS4.
going out there to get like a controller or something, I just don't see the point in. I haven't gone to GameStop in months.
GameStop should be turned into a utility store where you just buy like controllers and chargers.
But do you
and
even really
extra
need it for
content.
that?
I
I mean,
mean,
this is a
I guess
world
not.
of
Also,
Online
like,
delivery.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I like going to Walmart over GameStop is because they don't upsell me everything when I want a damn controller. Like, I just want a controller, and I just want to leave. I don't want to be like, do you want to sign up for our magazine? You want power-ups rewards? It's like, just sell me the damn controller and let me go on my way. I hate being upsold.
Well,
It's
that's
so
that's the
annoying.
beautiful of website online. You don't have anybody there to upsell you. You just click what you want,
Yeah.
and then a drone breaks in through your window and gives it to you.
It's just like a military. It's
I
got
don't know what
missiles
it
on
is,
it.
but with me, like GameStop employees are the most annoying about that. Like they hound you.
There goes our GameStop
About it.
sponsor.
No,
Like,
well, I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
like
I'm
that's
sorry,
they
GameStop.
get paid for doing stuff like that. I mean, if you got paid
I mean,
to just
I know
ask
I know
people
why
questions,
people do it. I'm just saying, as far as it goes, I'm not a fan of being upsold something when I don't want it.
like
if
I've
it's something
seen, like,
if it's something I don't care about, like if it's something that casually comes in the conversation, like let's say I talk about how I really liked Fallout 3 and he's like, you should try the new Fallout 4 out. That's fine because it came into the conversation. But if you just like out of nowhere is like, do you want to sign up? Like, leave me alone.
can I have your social security number, sir? I swear it's for this
I mean,
magazine.
a drone will never upsell you. That's what I'm saying. You know what?
Drone.
That's a good title for this episode. A drone will never upsell you.
You know, you say that now, Anthony, but I feel like after someone has watched this, someone is gonna make an upselling drone that has
I
a voice box
mean-
that, as you when
it
it asks you to sign,
advertises stuff at you aggressively.
when you sign for your package, it's like, sir, would you also like to sign up for, say, Amazon Prime as a little chatbots? It
The
just would be
dr-
like,
That's
wait,
funny.
did
The
it
What
just
you're
drone-
talk to me?
describing is the Terminator.
It whips out like a missile, and it's like, are you sure you don't want to subscribe to Amazon Prime? And
I will
you're just
point
like,
out you have to have Amazon Prime already to get
True.
the drone delivery service, so you've
True.
already
True.
been upsold.
Yeah, and then
Very true. Very
and
true.
it's like, are you sure you don't want to continue your subscription? And it's like, oh God, Mary, hide the kids.
Okay,
That's
let's
when-
go to the next topic.
Let's
Oh,
do
we
it.
have more.
So DayZ is getting predatory animals, including wolves.
Heck
It's
yeah.
been 6 years.
First off, Daisy's still a game. What
It's
thoughts?
It's been in early access hell. They haven't. The thing is, they haven't had a set direction for the game. Like I've been keeping up with it. Like they've basically just been releasing random updates, and they'll be like, "Well, we added this random thing or fixed this one glitch." It hasn't been like we improved the performance for the game.
We're talking about standalone, right?
Yeah, and DayZ
Okay.
standalone. Like they're adding like wolves and stuff into it. But
As
it's
somebody
like-
who's played around 100 hours of DayZ standalone, I can tell you, at 100 hours is 100 too long. That game's really boring after a while.
well, it's based off of Arma, which is already a really boring game.
Well,
I mean,
like,
unless you get a full Arma team, which is damn near hard to find. Like,
you just
yeah,
like Google
Arma
it and
is
find
like
the TeamSpeak.
Counter Strike times 10 based on like tactics. And
Arma is
everything.
not even fun. Arma is so milsim that it's just sad.
It's for those
Yeah.
military junkies.
Yeah, or actual veterans. Like
That's
It's
very
just
true,
like
too.
I remember when I had legs. I
Whoa.
could do this.
Ooh, okay, that's a little
there
rough.
goes our Wounded Warriors sponsor.
Like, no, I have all respect for veterans.
But yeah, DayZ. I mean, what even is DayZ nowadays? There's so many
It's,
games that have
it's-
done it and done it better.
Well,
like,
development
H1Z1.
hell.
H1Z1. I was gonna bring that up. Like H1Z1, like has a crafting system. Its performance isn't terrible, like Arma is, and like the crafting system is really cool. And I don't have to learn Russian to figure out where I'm at. Like it's kind of nice.
I mean, let's talk about like there is a stupid amount of survival games on PC that are like DayZ and H1Z1.
Oh,
I mean, there's
let me
so
just
many
name a
early
few.
access.
Stranded Deep, The Forest,
Yep.
Subnautica,
Yep.
DayZ, H1Z1,
And they're all early access. That's what Steam is. Steam is just early access. They might as well
George
just change the
Romero,
name.
Zombies.
Yeah, when is Ark coming to full launch? Is anyone?
Ark.
Oh, I played that game. I
anyone know when
rushed
it's coming?
20 minutes. Not even joking. I bought it, played it for
Reign of
20 minutes,
Kings.
and just stopped playing it. I haven't played it since.
I tried to play it, my PC killed itself. It pulled out a handgun and shot
like,
the CPU.
Ark was like playing like Rust, and it's basically Rust with dinosaurs, and I don't really like Rust, so.
like Rust,
There's just
Reign
too
of
many of them.
Kings. Like,
Like,
we
I
could go on for years.
I understand like Steam's like all inclusive, like, hey, we let everyone in, indie developers, yeah, cool. But there needs to be some kind of standard, some kind of limit, like these genres are just flooded with crap. You know how
Like-
many games are on the Steam library, and like you click on new releases, and it's like these random games that have no quality and no standards.
Like again, like Five Nights at Freddy's, like the only example where like a game by an indie developer goes way off the rails for no reason,
Yep.
and then it's like they expect the same amount of success as Scott Cawthon, and then they get disappointed when everybody's like, "Your game is generic."
I just think it needs to be controlled. Things like DayZ that have gone on for so long in early access, they just need to go away.
They don't
Years
have.
of
They
early
don't have to
access.
finish the game though. You already spent your money. They don't have any like.
Yeah, it's true.
They don't have
True.
any like.
That should be a thing.
Contract
Early
to finish the
access should
game.
not be able to charge you any money until the
Yeah.
full game is released.
That's not what I believe in too. Is if it's going to be beta or early access, one, have it be free so that way you actually get more people to play it that would want to play it and try and expand your viewer base so that when it does come out
Yeah, and then you can have
early
people like
access,
find all the bugs in the game and be like, "Hey, you know, I played your free game and there's like bugs everywhere. Here's some
Yeah,
of the
like,
ones I found."
I played in the Rainbow Six like closed alpha. I was in that. Like there was not a lot of people in it, but I played in that and I gave a lot of input that I've seen.
And
in
they
the
took
game. Like honestly, a lot of the input that I put on there, I definitely saw developers do it. Like one of the main things that I
Yes.
talked about is the heartbeat sensor nerf. Because that thing before in the alpha, it could literally see across the entire map. Like that heartbeat sensor, that's all anybody used. There was no sneaking or doing anything.
I mean, that's really the difference between developers. That's what makes one better than the other. Some take their alpha and beta information and actually do something with it, and some take their beta and alpha information and nothing changes. Rainbow
that's
Six,
Star Wars. Nothing changed in Star Wars.
well, you know, they quote unquote balanced out the
Balanced,
Walker assault mode.
Yeah, that which
that
didn't need
would-
to be done.
yeah.
Yeah, it
But
was
what I
so
saying
bad.
about-
It's
about,
impossible to win as rebels, and I won most of the stuff as rebels.
True.
Well, let's
I mean,
go on to Lizard Squad joins in on the PSN Xbox Live DDoS attacks. If you guys didn't hear, there is a group called Phantom Squad that said that they are going to be attacking PSN and Xbox Live on Christmas. Then Lizard Squad went ahead and came out and was like, "Hey, Phantom Squad, we took over your website. You took credit for our shit, and we're pissed. And know what we're gonna do? We're gonna hack you, and then we're gonna DDoS PSN and Xbox with you."
Why is that thrown in? Like, why do they have to come after PSN and Xbox? Like, why do we have
The
to
thing
suffer
is,
for their
is
stupid ego trip?
I call BS whenever they do the Christmas attacks because it always goes down on Christmas, regardless of whoever's DDoSing it. Think about it. With how many PlayStations or Xboxes or whatever were sold on Black Friday, the majority of them are probably going to be opened on Christmas as gifts. So you really think of it, that many people all at the same time trying to get on and make accounts along with other people who get games and stuff. Whether they were DDoSing or not, the network was going to go down anyway.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I always call BS on it, because I'm expecting it to go down on Christmas anyway.
Well, let's make our
Always
predictions
goes
then. Tim,
Oh,
you're saying
it-
it's going down.
It's going to, regardless of whether they actually did attack it or not, it's going to
Nate,
go down.
is it gonna go down or is it gonna stay?
I'm gonna get my booter from my mom's credit card and I'm gonna DDoS you, scrub lord.
Oh god. Can we not go back to Minecraft, please?
Oh,
Well, honestly,
Sounds
that's
like
what it
Lizard
sounds
Squad.
like. It's just like
Yeah.
I'm gonna DDoS the Xbox, and it's like, but like he's using a voice changer, and he's like,
Mom, can I have some chocolate milk?
I mean, it's
I mean, you're
so
not wrong,
dumb.
though. Like,
Yeah, I'm
DDoSing
not.
is not difficult. Like,
you can buy a
you can-
$10 booter.
you
and
can
there
teach
you
like
go.
a
That's it.
12-year-old kid how to DDoS. Like, it's not hard.
I mean, yeah, what's at Minecraft?
Just like no, you
Just
just
invite
need
people,
like a
invite
you need
people
a
to Skype,
$10
get their
booter.
IP, and boom, you can
There you go.
DDoS them.
Hey, he's right. You just get a booter and then boom.
Like
Lizard Squad too. They've been seen using booter services before. Like they act like they have this massive booter that they've done themselves, and you find out they actually didn't. They used somebody else's.
yeah, and it's just
I
the
just
most-
don't appreciate why we have to suffer. Because I just want to play my games, okay? I just want to play on my
It's-
PlayStation. I
the
don't
thing
want to be
is-
DDoSed.
And
They
I
don't
love
care though. They're doing it because they think it's funny. They think it's funny that people
But don't
you
they
know,
get
on
bored? They're
Christmas.
just doing
No.
the same thing every time.
They don't
Nothing
get bored.
changes.
They're trolls. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
They feed off
The-
of people getting angry. All they do is that for a fact they open up Twitter when they're doing it. Do you hear some heavy breathing and some button mashing like? I'm gonna get him good. I swear, get him good.
Oh, I need awesome. I got him.
And then
Like, that's what
they get on
happens.
Twitter and they just see everybody blowing up about PSN down. They're like, yeah, yeah,
And then-
and they're like,
And then they
touching
start
themselves
hatching
really
from their
weird.
asthma.
Yeah, and they start.
That sounds
They,
like
like-
me, this podcast.
they adjust their fedora and have like a really like goat beard, and they're just like, I got him.
Now they have a fedora.
Yeah,
Wow.
they have to have a fedora, dude.
I mean, that makes sense. Like,
Oh, that's funny.
I like fedoras like if I'm wearing a suit, but like I just don't wear a fedora for no reason. Like
wait a minute.
What?
We gotta step back here. Did you just say you do wear a fedora?
When I wear
Yeah.
a suit,
No, Nate, stop. There is no
You have
reason
a
to
neck
wear a
beard.
fedora.
You
I
have a
don't.
neck beard.
I don't have a neck beard. Actually.
This
Oh,
is-
thank God.
That's not
This is
terrible.
the 2015, okay? We
He's gonna
ain't
look like
wearing no
Notch.
fedoras.
He's
I
gonna
look like,
Notch.
I have like a really thick, evil goatee, so I look like a villain when I'm dressed up in a suit.
Let's move on to Rise of the Tomb Raider PC launch tipped by Amazon France.
Amazon done messed it up, son.
They did mess it up.
Is it really though?
I mean,
I mean, every launch gets this thing where one
true.
merchandise website goes, "Oops, I accidentally posted on here the exact release date." Huh? How would I know to do that?
Amazon.
So what happened is the date was shown as January 29th for like it was a very small amount of time, but someone saw it and took a picture of it. They removed the date
How
immediately.
convenient.
They
How
removed the
convenient.
date immediately, and then people were freaking out about it. They're like, "Whoa, the game's coming out then," And then it also people think that the end of the year for 2016 is going to be PS4's release for it.
I think it's a
and-
conspiracy.
And even then, the response that they got, honestly, Square Enix, I don't think they're going to team up with Xbox again. Did you see the sales for week 1 sales for it, Anthony? Did you see it?
I didn't see him.
300,000 units.
What?
The first week. Fallout
That's
4
it?
that's it. That's because it was an Xbox One exclusive, and it came out the week Fallout 4 came out.
Nobody has an Xbox.
Well, that and everyone and their mother got Fallout 4. I mean, Fallout 4 shipped like 12 million units at launch.
Well, my thing with this
Like-
whole the launch dates getting tipped. I mean, it's so convenient, and
Yeah,
it's the
that's true.
same formula every time. They show it for like a day. Everyone and their mother tweets about it. Then they retract it from the website, and then they say
confirm.
"oopsie daisy," and then the developer confirms it. So it's like
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure they're just sending them an email like, "Okay, guys, we're gonna leak quote unquote the release date today, so go ahead and post that up on the website." I mean, what are you telling me is happening otherwise? Are you saying there's some dude sitting in his cubicle at Amazon and being like, guys, I'm gonna release the Tomb Raider PC release date today, guys. No one can stop me. No one's gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm the boss hoss, and then he just does it. That
I'm the
doesn't-
god now.
Yeah, exactly. He's
I do
like
think,
Lizard
though,
Squad.
that-
He's like Lizard Squad, but for release dates.
I'm gonna release this. Oh my god.
The sales
No one can
that
stop
they
me.
got, honestly, I feel like they completely deserved. What Square Enix did with Tomb Raider was so shady. Like they did a definitive
Shiggity
edition.
unironically.
Yeah, like I mean, I guess, but like Square Enix released the definitive edition on PS4 and PC, and then for their sequel to that game to get everyone hyped for this game who didn't play it, it's a exclusive on Xbox One. Like, what the hell were you thinking? You really think that people weren't going to be mad about that?
Especially when Xbox
it
One
was
has
just
the worst
dumb.
console sales.
It does. Like, why? What were they thinking?
I don't know. They're
Like, let's
just.
do it exclusive after we release a definitive edition on PS4.
I tell
and
you what they're
PC.
thinking. Microsoft offered them more money. Simple as that.
They had. I'm sorry, but they had to have gotten. I don't think they made money out of it. I think they didn't make that much.
Well, Sony already spent all their money on getting
Well,
rights to the other games.
300,000 units at launch for a AAA title is terrible.
Yep, pretty bad.
That is abysmal. Like, there's no way that Xbox was happy with that. No way.
I mean, you just gotta plan it out. Like you said, releasing it at the same time as Fallout 4. What did you expect? That's like any movie that just got released on the same weekend as Star Wars. What? Who's
It's
gonna go see
stupid,
those
yeah.
movies? No one. Go see that.
I just don't understand why they did it. It just wasn't a very smart move from them.
I don't know. They weren't thinking. They were thinking with their wallets, not their heads.
They were thinking with their wallets, and I think that's the problem. Let's move on to Ratchet and Clank PS4. Now, they announced this game a while ago. Have you guys played Ratchet and Clank in the past?
It was my favorite game on PS2.
There you go. So this game right here is essentially a remake of the original Ratchet and Clank, like from the ground up, completely remade, new graphics. Like,
Is it the
looks-
same story as the first one?
The issue is like they haven't said a lot about it. All they've said is that it's a remake. Like, they're remaking the first one.
Can it
However, the story
please?
could be different.
Can it please have the Frostbite engine? Listen,
I mean, if you want to
I
look
want-
at graphics, I put the trailer in.
I just want
Oh no, I didn't.
everything to have the Frostbite engine. Like, I don't care what people say about DICE. I don't care what people say about Battlefront. The Frostbite engine is one of the most impressive game engines that currently exist. I want every game to have that in it. Okay.
Okay, if
It's-
you look in TeamSpeak, I put the trailer for it if you want to see visual wise
Okay.
while we're talking. But I played so much Ratchet and Clank when I was a kid. Like, I played the first, second, third one. I got Ratchet deadlocked. I played so much of it.
I played the
played
one that
so
was called
much.
Up Your Arsenal.
That one was pretty good.
I've never played any other ones after that.
The first one was pretty good. Second one was I don't know. The first one is a classic. Like, it's a really good game. But my favorite Ratchet and Clank was Deadlocked. That had the best combat.
I agree.
Had the best Deadlocked was so much fun.
Now,
I put hours into that game.
speaking of PS4 classics, did anybody play Sly Cooper?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that game
That
though?
game was so good.
Dude,
That
that game
game
needs
was-
a reboot. Honestly.
Well, they did on PS3, didn't they? They rebooted all of them.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like new game just comes out.
They
Clockwork.
did come out with one recently. I don't know. I feel like it's one that should be left alone. It was good in its time, but I don't think they need to add a whole
Clockwork
lot.
was like the best boss fight of.
Clockwork was cool.
game.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it was
loved
a
it.
twist. Like, I wasn't expecting like this thing to be. Well, I would say spoiler alert, but this game came out so long.
If you
ago.
don't know this game's ending, you literally skipped all of 90s.
But basically, Clockwork has been hunting down the Cooper family for literally like hundreds, if not thousands, of years. Like, he's just been hunting them down. I was not expecting that. How someone would go through that much. Like, he must have really hated him. Like, replace all of his parts with like metal and shit. Like, it was nuts.
I love that game. That had such good like stealth mechanics and like all that jazz.
well,
it
Clockwork
was-
just went straight up crazy. That's-
It was such a good game.
I think it was great.
But
I
this
mean,
new
I'm-
Ratchet and Clank. It looks really good. Like, they're from what I've seen, they're keeping to very similar to the original combat style and everything. The graphics, oh my god, the graphics are beautiful for this game. Like, there's so much saturation everywhere. Like,
Saturation.
but it still looks like it's a PS2 game. Like, it still has that classic look. Like,
Yeah.
they're doing a really good job on it. I'm really excited for it.
I can't remember the Ratchet and Clank game specifically, but I remember PvP was a thing, and
Mhm.
me and my cousins would just like destroy each other for hours. Like, that's literally all we did. Like, Brainiac was like the coolest character ever.
Mm-hmm.
I like Clank. I like the little robot dude. He's pretty cool, dude.
He
Alright,
is a
Do
pretty
you
cool
remember?
dude.
Wasn't there like a Matrix sequence in that game?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Clank was a butler or something. He had a suit.
Yes,
he had a
I remember
painted-on
that one.
Suit.
Oh yeah, Secret
Yeah.
Agent Clank.
Yeah,
I remember that. That was good.
Yeah,
I
love
lo-
Ratchet and
I
Clank.
mean, robot companions are always amazing.
yeah, they
And
are.
look at Star
Mhm.
Wars. BB-8, R2D2.
Ratchet and Clank is it's a classic. Like I already know that game's gonna. I
They
feel like
should
it's
have-
gonna sell well.
They should have cashed in on the Star Wars craze and replaced Clank with BB-8. Honestly,
Oh my
that's a
God.
missed
Could
opportunity.
you imagine the amount of money it would take to get the rights to do that?
But
though?
can you imagine the amount of money you would make having
true.
the rights to do that?
I mean, make it like a cameo appearance, like reference it,
Oh,
but I wouldn't.
they'd have made millions with it.
So let's
No,
go on to
like,
the next
'cause-
topic.
In Borderlands 2, they put Minecraft stuff in. It was just a reference. It was
Well, actually, I think we ought to wrap up the episode. We have been going for a little
Let's
over
go.
40 minutes. We can do one more topic.
One more topic. Okay, so I'm gonna pull one in here that wasn't there before, but Final Fantasy VII Remake is releasing as a multi-part series.
Wow.
So, like,
if
Telltale?
essentially, yeah, but like it's a like they're releasing it in bits, kind of like a Telltale would do.
Right.
But why?
I don't know.
Buddy.
Me,
That-
I've never played Final Fantasy VII. I'm ready for the internet to come and attack me right now.
I've never played any of
I've
them.
never played it. I mean, Final Fantasy stories are usually pretty good. Like I'm gonna buy the remake. It looks
Listen,
like
I
it's gonna be
played pretty much every Final Fantasy, and I can tell you right now, 7 isn't even the best one I played. It was Final
Really?
Fantasy 3. So you know they can come at me if they want, but Final Fantasy 3 to me was better than 7.
Now the graphics for
Straight
Final
up.
Fantasy VII remake. Holy shit! Did you see that?
Well, like they had
Did you see the trailer for it? The graphics were astonishing.
They had Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core for PSP, which was basically a Final Fantasy VII remake.
I can't keep up with them. There's too many of
There's
them.
too many. Like,
And I don't
a lot
even
of
know
them.
what's happening in the stories.
the Realm Reborn, which is the MMO version, is
Mm.
amazing. Like, if I had to pick World of Warcraft for the rest of my life, or Final Fantasy Realm Reborn, I'd probably pick Realm Reborn. It's a lot more fun to play, but it doesn't have as much content. That's the
I'm
only bad
wondering
thing.
how episodic. Like, what does that even mean? Is it like?
It's a
I don't know,
paywall,
I'm-
Tim. You have to have $5 to unlock the second chapter of the story.
I'm confused by it because like Final Fantasy like gameplay doesn't seem like it's a type of thing that would be episodic. But they did already say that they're going to be changing the combat system. It's not going to be the same thing as previous games.
Well, see, now they're just fixing something that isn't broken, and people are gonna moan about that
Me
too.
personally, I like Kingdom Hearts combat better than Final Fantasies.
Kingdom Hearts.
Like Kingdom Hearts had way better combat than I don't like I don't like turn by turn combat. So Final Fantasy was always a grind for me.
I
to
can't
go
even
through.
handle Kingdom Hearts. It's a nonsense game of nonsenseness.
That's the whole point, though. It's
Get
licensed.
ready for the internet is gonna eat you alive.
No. I played pretty much all the Kingdom Hearts, and I can tell you right now, I still don't understand what's going on.
I played the
It's
first one,
confusing.
but I didn't
Okay.
even. I was
If
like,
you think
why?
you're confused by Kingdom Hearts now, you should really look into some of the other things that they've added on the DS versions. Oh my god, they went into way
Well,
too
I
much
played
detail.
365 Days Over 2, I think was the name of
Yeah.
it, and I played Birth by Sleep on PSP, and then I played
Mhm.
Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on PS1 or 2, I can't remember.
Mhm.
And like, no, I still don't understand what's going on in that game. I know there's a dude
PS2.
named Sora, and Mickey Mouse comes in somewhere in that storyline for no reason.
There was like
I don't
there's
know.
the Keyblade Warriors for whatever reason they need them, and there's Heartless and these things. I just thought the gameplay was fun, so that's why I played it.
Birth by
It's-
Sleep was probably the best PSP title I played, honestly.
Yeah, Birth by Sleep is pretty solid.
It's like a platform hack and slash, really.
I mean,
like-
I've never had a PSP, so
You don't play Kingdom Hearts for the story, you play it for the gameplay. Let's
Yeah,
be real
like,
here.
the gameplay in Kingdom Hearts is I like the gameplay in it. I've always found Final Fantasy was like the opposite, where it had like a really good story, but the gameplay I just hated.
I remember one part in Birth by Sleep that made me want to like just throw my PSP and break it into the floor.
I
and
raged.
it was
hard.
the part where I think it was Hercules's
Oh yeah.
story. Do you remember that where you had to fight
yeah. Oh,
Hercules
my
and like
God.
you had
I
to
hated
do
that.
something more than he could, and like he'd always win, and it was so annoying.
For me, I played Final Fantasy. I think it was 13, and I had to grind through that game. The one thing that there is this chick with this weird looking hair that was the most annoying character I've ever seen in my life. She would not shut the hell up.
Well, like,
Although Lightning, I'm telling you right now, like Lightning was hot. Like just saying Lightning, wow. I mean, those Japanese developers, they sure know how to make them.
wow.
Oh, what?
We learned some
That's
I
stuff
think
about
we're
Tim today.
slipping into a weird zone right now.
Yeah, let's not. But no, for real though, like the original Final Fantasies played like a Pokemon game. You would
I
find
don't like that type of gameplay.
you don't like Pokemon.
I mean, Pokemon was its own thing, but Final Fantasy wise, I just like how cool they look and shit. I just want to go up to people and just beat the shit out of them. I don't want to do it turn by turn.
Well,
Well, I think we've learned you just like mindlessly hitting buttons. I've learned.
yes.
I mean, they can make the combat to where it's more engaging and not be like that. I mean, there's Dark Souls combat, which isn't turn by turn, and that's still good combat. It doesn't have to be turn by turn.
Did you just ask to put Dark Souls combat in a Final Fantasy game?
It would be interesting.
Did that just come out of your mouth?
It did. I mean, it would be interesting. You can't deny that would be interesting.
Interesting. Just because having interesting mechanics doesn't make your product instantly sell, though.
I mean, it has potential in its own way. I think, well, regardless, I mean, there's no doubt that the Final Fantasy VII remake is going to sell a buku amount of copies.
Oh yeah, because
They're gonna make a
it's
buku amount of money.
nostalgia. Anything nostalgia like that they remake is gonna sell well.
That's very true. All right.
Let's, okay.
No, be quiet. We're done here.
Oh, Jesus.
We're going
Savagery.
to end with a random nonsensical question that each person will get to answer.
Oh no.
And that is how we're going to finish. And this week's nonsensical question is, if you could combine two animals to make a new animal, what would you combine? Tim, go.
A bear and an ostrich.
Okay, a bear and an ostrich, so like a bostrich. Interesting.
It seems yeah.
All right. I can roll with that. It's kind of like dangerous, but unassumingly dangerous.
Imagine how a fast ostrich coming towards you with like.
That's
bear
true. They're
claws.
like really freaking fast. That's a good point. I like your thought process there. Nate, what do you got for us?
Shark head with squid body.
Oh no.
Like
Oh,
no.
that's
an
that's
octopus.
dangerous.
That's
That's
An
dangerous.
octopus, an octoshark.
Oh my god.
Like, could you imagine just being grabbed and then torn
I
apart?
don't even want to. I don't want to imagine.
Like-
That's nightmare quality.
Yeah.
That's awful. We're just gonna go away from that because I don't even want to think
Yes,
about it
no.
anymore.
Yeah,
Jared,
please, no
give
more.
us yours. That's something better than that, please.
So we have to combine two parts of an animal, right?
Yeah.
So, two animals. God, that's hard. Just I actually I think about this. Just like I'm into like genetically modified stuff, like GMOs and shit.
Getting
So, like,
intense.
If I could genetically modify any animal,
Yeah.
I would have to go with, let's see here, a tiger with fish gills, because cats are always scared of water
Okay. Well, that's
because they can't
all-
swim. Because they
That's
can't live in the
almost as
water.
dangerous as the freaking octo shark because now
Yeah.
you have a tiger that can aquatically assault you, and you're like, now you're in a danger zone. You're never safe. You got to go to the air, I guess.
Well, if you go on land, you have an ostrich with bear claws. going
Yeah,
This
dude,
is
you're
a fair
we,
point.
We have killed everybody on the planet.
I
Yeah,
think
well-
for me, I would do German Shepherd's head on an eagle body.
What?
Yeah.
Hashtag America over here.
I mean, right? First of all,
Freedom.
it's patriotic. Second of all, now you're not safe in the air. You know what? The air's gone.
Oh
now.
my god.
Now you got the German Shepherd coming at you from the air. You got the ostrich bear coming at you on land.
No,
you got
no.
the tiger coming at you on land and sea. And then you got octo shark coming at you from the deep sea. It's gonna rip you
Oh
apart.
my god.
That is how we're gonna end it. That was a beautiful ending, I think,
This is
guys.
a good podcast.
We
you
will
guys
see
enjoyed
you
listening.
all next week when we have 1 million sponsors and we're all millionaires. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Peace, guys.
Do subscribing or whatever that you do on SoundCloud. I don't even know how
Social
it
media,
works.
YouTube, whatever.
Social
you know
media.
What it is.
Yeah, you know, follow us at
Just
Iron
follow us
Sentinels.
on all
We're gonna
that
shamelessly
jazz.
promote this like no
Yeah,
other.
shamelessly promote. Follow us at Iron Sentinels. We have a YouTube. We have a Twitch. Do it. Do it now.